Varsity.
NBA is suspending the season.
The NCAA has made the decision to cancel the men's and women's tournament.
Montverde Academy, educating students from around the world for more than 100 years, and since 2011, shaping the world of basketball.
I'm here with Coach Kevin Boyle. I watched you guys this year. There's a different level of focus, like you're on this mission.
Biggest thing is this year's team so far has had a great bond, incredible unselfishness. We like each other, and they don't care who scores.
Since Coach Kevin Boyle arrived at Montverde Academy, a team middling on high school's national stage would become the nation's premier basketball program. From reaching the national title game in his first season, to winning 3 consecutive national championships from 2013 to 2015, to an undefeated national title season in 2018, Montverde Academy was named USA Today's Team of the Decade, with 10 McDonald's All-Americans, 4 lottery picks in the NBA draft, 3 players awarded National Player of the Year honors, and 4 National Coach of the Year awards for Kevin Boyle. There's no debating who sits at the top of the mountain in not only high school basketball, but in all of high school sports. With 4 outright winners before them, the 5th national championship team from Montverde Academy, the 2020 Eagles, are the best. With 9 players in the ESPN and Rivals Top 100 rankings, 9 players with high major scholarship offers, 3 McDonald's All-Americans, and the 2020 National Player of the Year. By all measures, Montverde 2020 is the most talented high school basketball team ever. In Montverde's senior class, there's 5 players ranked in the top 100, starting with number 76, Zeb Jackson. Jackson, a dynamic guard signed to play for Juwan Howard at Michigan. Jackson's played his role well off the bench, with timely scoring and electrifying dunks. The number 38 ranked senior, Moses Moody, filling the stat sheet with 11 points per game and shooting 43% from deep. Moody signed to play at Arkansas, and many believe he should have been selected as Montverde's 4th McDonald's All-American this season. The number 11 ranked senior, Day'Ron Sharp, the most improved big in the nation, the McDonald's All-American, signed with UNC. Sharp is the man in the middle for this Montverde team, averaging 12 points, grabbing 7 boards. Once an opponent of Montverde in the 2018 national title game, the number 4 ranked senior in the country, Scotty Barnes, has helped elevate the Eagles to a new level with tenacious defense and his relentless motor. Holding opposing stars in check, netting 12 points and grabbing 7 boards a game, selected as a McDonald's All-American, signed with Florida State. Point guard Cade Cunningham's a rising star, doing everything for Montverde, leading the charge, scoring 14 points per game, adding 6 assists, and grabbing 4 rebounds. Cunningham's the number 1 player in the nation, signed with Oklahoma State and the 2020 National Player of the Year. Michael Wu is China's top prospect in 2021, a skilled 6'9" who's helped Montverde slam dunk their opponents all season long. The 27th ranked player, Langston Love, averaging 9 points a game, shooting 61% from the floor, with offers from Baylor, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Love is a combo guard who comes off the bench, adding instant offense, ranked 75th in 2021. The quick and crafty Ryan Nembhard playing in-your-face defense for all 94. Nembhard has offers from Seton Hall, Ohio State, and Florida. The number 4 ranked player in the 2022 class, Caleb Houston, averaging 10 points per game, shooting an astounding 53% from deep. With offers from Texas Tech, Texas, Oregon, and the University of North Carolina. Coming off the bench, perhaps the 6th man of the year in high school basketball, the number 7 ranked sophomore in the nation, Dariq Whitehead. Whitehead is one of the best athletes in the country, averaging 8.3 points a game, with offers from Oklahoma State, Rutgers, and Arkansas Little Rock. Both Whitehead and Houston are 2 of the best sophomores in the nation. On the national stage of high school basketball, for teams to be legitimized among the elite, they must play elite competition. No one believes this more than Coach Kevin Boyle. Montverde Academy headmaster and architect Dr. Casey Kessering led Montverde Academy into the 21st century from a small high school to an international education center with over 1,500 students from 100 different countries, with a graduation and college acceptance rate of 100%. In 2011, Dr. Kessering chose Kevin Boyle as new Montverde Academy varsity boys basketball coach. In 2012, Montverde Academy opened the Center for Basketball Development, which now trains over 100 student athletes from 20 different countries, with 9 academy teams. Dr. Kessering also brought in Ray Miller, Coach Boyle's right hand since the early 90s, the most widely known, highly esteemed associate head coach in high school basketball. In 9 seasons under Boyle and Miller, Montverde's record of 108 wins and just 16 losses against top 25 opponents. The Nest, Montverde's on-campus gym, hosts all the team's home games. But the 2020 Eagles didn't spend much time at home, playing over 18 games on the road, traveling 13,800 miles, over 60 hours in the air, and over 20 hours in the bus, all to play the most competitive schedule in the nation. The 2020 Eagles were 10-0, undefeated against top 25 competition. With an average victory margin of 39 points per game. To start the season, Montverde played a true road game, crushing a Duncanville team who ranked as high as number 5 in the country. Then at the Nest, the Eagles would rout number 2 DeMatha. In a showdown in North Carolina against then number 3, the Patrick School, the Eagles would blow them out early, pulling away, winning by 45. 2 games against McEachern, a team who was ranked as high as number 6, the Eagles would win 99-48 and 94-65. Then, in the Montverde Academy Invitational Tournament, the Eagles would take care of the number 12 ranked team in the nation, Scotlandville, 81-48. And in the championship, more of the same. The Eagles would destroy number 8 Long Island Lutheran, 83-47, a 36-point championship victory. And in a 3-game sweep of an IMG team who ranked as high as number 2, the Eagles win by 8, by 12, then by 21. The best teams ever in sports. The 96 Bulls of the NBA, the 85 Bears of the NFL. The UCLA Bruins ruled NCAA men's basketball during the late 60s. But the discussion gets more complicated around high school basketball, an amateur sport which requires a lot of attention to closely follow on the national level, often leaving the discussion on the best team ever revised with romanticized history through a Hollywood lens are clips from literally this game. And no, teams who refuse the national tournament invite cannot be considered, nor teams who refuse to schedule a league competition. Some of the most talented, best high school teams ever start with Dunbar in the early 80s, a team with a handful of future pros who did play some teams at the national level. Oak Hill squad in the 92-93 season with Jeff McGinnis and Jerry Stackhouse. Findlay Prep's 08-09 squad led by Avery Bradley. Then there's Montverde's team in 2013, winning the ESPN Rise National Tournament, fending off the tournament's best ever field. Montverde repeated in 2014, taking down Oak Hill in the final. And of course, Montverde in 2018, led by RJ Barrett, Andrew Nemhard, Mike DeVoe, Philip Petrusev. Undefeated, with a record of 35-0 and 15-0 against top 25 opponents. And that brings us to Montverde 2020, averaging 87.2 points per game, scoring 21.8 a quarter, the equivalent of an NBA team, averaging 131 a night. The Eagles beat top 25 opponents by an average of 29 points a game. The Eagles' closest game was an 8-point, 63-55 win over IMG. Their defense devastated opponents all year, allowing 60-plus points just twice. And the Eagles never trailed in the second half, not one time all season. Montverde led by 30 points at halftime in 19 of their 25 games this season. That's 76%. Montverde's entire starting lineup averaged 10 points or more, and 9 different players played 10 or more minutes a game. And against top 25 opponents, Montverde 2020 was an undefeated 10-0, winning by a 29-point margin, with their defense allowing just 51.2 a game, while their offense averaged 80. This sort of dominance has never been seen in high school basketball, and especially not in the era of national scheduling. The Eagles' starting lineup: 6'8" point guard Cade Cunningham, 6'9" small forward Scotty Barnes, 6'9" guard Caleb Houston, 6'5" Moses Moody, and 6'10" forward Dayron Sharp. Off the bench, 6'5" Dariq Whitehead, 6'5" Langston Love, 6'4" Zeb Jackson, 6'2" Ryan Nemhard, 6'9" Michael Wu, 6'4" Jesse Jones, 6'9" Abdoul Halil-Barre, and 6'10" Keegan Harvey. Think of how many wins this Montverde team would have in the MAC, the Ivy League, or even the A-10. Think of how their players at every position would match up with your favorite college team, in any conference. I mean, would Montverde really look like a high school team? The point guard is projected to go number 1 in next year's NBA draft. Scotty Barnes is also projected to go in the first round of the 2021 NBA draft, and is the number 1 recruit in Florida State's freshman class. Dayron Sharp is the number 2 center in the country, and the number 1 player in North Carolina's new recruiting class. Moses Moody, the number 1 player in the Arkansas recruiting class, also projected to go in the first round of the 2021 NBA draft. Dariq Whitehead is the projected number 7 pick in the 2023 NBA draft. Caleb Houston is the projected number 1 overall pick in the 2023 NBA draft. No team has ever made the case for best ever like Montverde 2020. Because no team has ever done what the Eagles are doing at such a high level. No team in the history of high school sports has ever sparked the greatest ever conversation so widely. Because the 2020 Montverde Academy Eagles boys basketball team is not just great, they are the greatest ever.